Hey, good morning, Cal. How's it going? Happy Thursday.
Hi, Tommy. I'm sorry. I was waiting for you to start off and give us the opening, but I will do it this morning. Good morning. It is Thursday, May 27th. We've got some fun headlines this morning, including in Philadelphia. They're just monsters. The fans there are monsters. They're horrible. And Drake is back in D.C. We covered the story a couple days ago, and now it looks like he is coming back, but there's a twist to it. The whole thing is just really bizarre.
Chadwick Boseman is going to be memorialized in D.C. Really cool news about that. Also, summer cocktails. Yes, summer is a-coming, and bartenders cannot wait to get you drunk. Plus, last night at Nats Park, my goodness, we had a streaker. A well-orchestrated, hilarious streaker. We will get to the bottom of that as well.
Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly, made in DC, on the Real Fun DC channel, and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
Hey, Kelly, good morning. It is Thursday, May 27th. We got a lot of stories to get to this morning.
Yes. Where do you want to start, Tommy?
I think we should just start from the beginning because I believe my microphone was off.
I think it is still off.
Oh, look at that. Is it still off?
Yeah, it's off.
Oh. That's weird.
Do you want to start over?
You can hear me saying my microphone is off, though, correct?
I can. You just sound a little hollow.
Oh, I sound a little hollow.
And I didn't hear the tapping.
Oh, you didn't hear the tapping. You hear this tapping over here?
Yes, I do.
Hey, there we go. My computer thinks I'm on my webcam. That's awesome.
We are professional broadcasters, I promise.
Allegedly. That is that is true. Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. So that's awesome.
It's probably because of the thunderstorms last night.
That's right. Last night. How's this? Is this any better?
Yes, that is much better.
There we go. I'm back on my. You know what? I say screw it. Let's start all over again. What do you say?
Okay.
You're watching live. Welcome behind the curtain. This is what it really happens. This is what it looks like. I know you get this polished product at the end of your speakers and your screen. A lot goes into it. Putting it all together with Scotch tape and dreams, people. As they say in the business, take two. I promise we'll get to that Nats Park streaker very soon, because really it's all we want to talk about today. But there are other important things to hit, right, Kelly?
Yeah, Drake is in DC again. No, we have done a deep dive of like
Be
what.
Careful with that.
I know, but it's just such a bizarre story. It keeps on popping up that he's coming to DC, and so we're gonna get into that. Also, our friends up north in Philadelphia, those fans are animals. We have a story coming out of the Wizards game last night that will prove our point.
Summer cocktails too. DC bartenders cannot wait to get you wasted. Also, Chadwick Boseman being memorialized in DC. We will get to all that and gosh darn it, so much more.
Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly, made in DC, on the Real Fun DC channel, and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
We got to start with the streaker, right?
For sure. So last night, home game at Nats Park, as if you live in DC, you know, the storms came through and there was just lots of rain. So there is a ginormous rain delay. The game ended up being canceled. So all these fans are like huddled together underneath the overhangs waiting for a game to start. And don't they get entertained by a gosh darn streaker? You've got to see this video to believe it, because I've watched it already, because, I love stuff like this 100 times. There he is. Look, he goes inside the rolling tube.
Chaos.
And you can hear the fans and the Security's running out to the field. They're trying to figure out which end of the tube he can grab him.
It's if you've ever had a hamster as a pet
Totally.
and you're trying to get the hamster out of the tube, it's basically what it was because they rolled out the giant tarp, the Skittles tarp, across the infield, making a giant slip and slide.
Yes.
And he slipped and he slid.
Yeah, well, and also this video is a shortened one because I watched it then because I record the game, so I had to go back and see because they have the rain delay as a little pop-up window when they're doing their other programming.
Yeah.
He came from the outfield. Like, I mean, this looks like he's coming from home base, but he came streaking from the outfield, came around, he did 2 slip and slides.
He rounded first, basically, and then he went back at it?
He rounded like third and slipped across the field towards first, and then
from left field?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
So he had a good, I mean, that's why this guy was able to get this video because you had a good 10 seconds to get your phone out and get ready for this video.
I don't think they should arrest this guy. The Nats should offer him a contract. He seems like he's got some speed on him.
Yeah, or Skittles. I mean, that's sort of added value for their sponsorship of the tarp.
Right? I guess somewhere the Skittles marketing team is like, oh, no, not a streaker. On our logo. Oh, no.
So I was really bummed. I didn't have much to do last night because the Nats weren't playing and the rain delay and everything. And then I go into my Twitter just to see what the fans are doing. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a streaker. So I reposted the video of the fan that's in the park. And I did get some fun tweets back. The count is 2 balls, 0 strikes. There's a full moon at Nats Park. Rose did mention on Twitter that slip and slides have been sold out, a really hard commodity to get during the pandemic. So his style and his form was really well done for there being a sellout of slip and slides.
That poor guy just wanted a slip and slide. That's all it was. Kel, I want to show too the photo you sent me of the guy who comes out as he's being removed from the tube. He's very happy with his decision, it seems.
Look at that face.
He's just smiling, and the security guard's like, well, the security guard, right? You got a wet, naked guy. He's like, I don't even know where to grab you so I can pull you out of the tube.
And this guy, he's got a big smile on his face. What a great photo. I could just only imagine too the reporters, because the reporters know that even when they pull off the tarp, you have a good 20, 30 minutes. So the reporters you might imagine are inside, I don't know, maybe having dinner, hanging out with each other, and might have missed this moment.
Oh, that's true. They probably weren't even ready.
Right. And so this Getty reporter was able to capture that smile. And I just have so many questions. One, the man was in incredible shape.
Yes.
He came in from the outfield. So he had to know the inner workings of how all this was going to work out. Did he see the rolling tube? Because the rolling tube is not necessarily always there. Sometimes they remove it and put it on the side of the field. Did he play? I just have so many questions. And also, was he ticketed at the event? Was he a season ticket holder? Or was he a random delivery guy? Or did he work there? Who is this person?
I feel probable a season ticket holder or someone who bought a ticket from a season ticket holder, because the crowd at the game was not big last night, obviously, because of the limited capacity, also a torrential rainstorm coming through,
also a weeknight game.
Right. So there was 7 people in the stands.
Yeah.
We probably know who they all were. I've always wondered though about just streaking in general. I don't get it. It's funny for everybody to watch, naked person, woo, running through. But it's the same as a dog peeing on a tree that's far from its house. Okay, you marked your territory. Why do I would love to know the origins of streaking and why it's so popular.
Well, some people just like attention.
That is a heck of a way to get one, because that guy today has gotten a lot of attention.
Look at that face.
He's just so happy. I mean, and then you got the photo by Patrick Smith of Getty Images, who's let me get a hold of this. I would rather talk to the Nats security person who's trying to get this guy out of the tube. Ooh, also that tube is ribbed too.
Well, you're going to have to speak to that.
I feel as though it might not be as smooth on the inside as we think it is. He slid into the tube, but it looks like it's got ribs to it, boom, 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 boom. I feel he would there'd be a lot of vibration as you were trying to slide through that tube.
I put up another comment. Taste the rainbow. See, it's great for Skittles. Like no one watches a rain delay, and Skittles has this tarp there. Now
Yep.
it's everywhere. ESPN on down is posting about it.
Huh. Wow. I wonder. I have so many questions for this guy now. Like, what were you thinking? Where did it come from? And also, what was the inside of that tube like? We never get a follow up on the streakers either. We never hear about fans acting badly or acting goodly, and we don't ever hear like what their backstory is or what happened to them.
Well, give it some time. Maybe because we found out the backstory of that guy that was during the World Series when it rained and the team was away, and that very, very, very heavy man did a slip and slide across the clubhouse.
Oh yeah, I saw that happen live. That guy. Yeah.
And we kind of found out his story, and I think he ended up getting World Series tickets because he didn't hurt anybody. He ripped off his shirt and slid across the clubhouse.
To quote Jack Nicholson as Joker and Batman, if you gotta go with a smile, says Gary.
Nailed it.
Way to go, Gary. Way to go.
So I was loving this, and I didn't really watch much of the Wizards game last night, but there was an incident, again, with fans in Philadelphia. The Wizards, of course, are in their playoffs. Game 2 was yesterday. They ended up losing. It's okay. They're coming home this weekend. But one of the players for the Wizards, Westbrook, I believe his name is, he had an ankle injury, and he got escorted out for safety reasons, right, as they do, because, you're in a away team and the fans can act like animals, especially in Philadelphia. And a fan dumped a thing of popcorn on him. We've got the video to show the Westbrook's reaction. He didn't take it very well.
Yell all you want. We encourage that. This is just plain stupidity. Somebody pouring some popcorn, and any athlete, being Westbrook or whomever, they are pumped with their adrenaline. He's probably feeling bad. His team may be en route here to losing this game too.
There are 5 men restraining him.
Stupid thing to do.
I know. I counted that too.
Westbrook, man. I mean, obviously you're a professional athlete. Like you're like tough, but there are 5 men who had to hold him back from beating the crap out of that popcorn guy.
And he has an ankle injury.
Right. He's like, even with a broken hoof, I'm still gonna come jack you up, dude.
Yeah. So the executives made their statement last night, basically saying that was a classless act. We appreciate your passion, and that's why we love you as fans, but please don't do that. So the fan was ejected. There's a lot of talk this morning whether he should be banned for life and not condoning that behavior, etc.
I don't know how you ban a fan for life, though. Like with all the ways you can get tickets, right? They can't be like, Lenny, he's not allowed back ever again. Like his photos at the door. Like, what? Come on. And if you're a Philly fan and you get banned for life from an arena and they put your photo at the door, you're winning.
Right, totally.
Because, right, Philly fans, as Kelly has said, are monsters.
Yeah, so that's, what, I think the streaker at Nats Park and the popcorn, I think that this goes to what we talked about like all week long, Tommy. Mm-hmm. People are getting out and forget how to behave.
Totally.
We've just been locked up inside too much, and people are just acting out.
Yeah, but like, I hope that person didn't throw popcorn on their family at home in the pod over the last year.
I don't know.
There's a reason, man, that there's a jail underneath the Philadelphia Eagles stadium.
Yeah.
And a magistrate who sits every game day. I'm just saying is all.
You told me that. I mean, that's insane.
I grew up an Eagles fan, and I grew up going to Philadelphia Phillies and 76ers games. Tough crowd.
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
Yeah. I mean, the Philadelphia, it's a little scary. Like when I went to the Caps game, when they played the Flyers, I did not wear a stitch of red.
Good.
I was just like, no, you know what? I'm going to play it cool. I don't need to get in any trouble tonight.
Did you wear Flyers orange, or did you just wear like black or just gray? Or
I wore black.
Okay, fair enough. You're like, I'm for the refs. I'm here for the refs.
Exactly.
We're finding out that Howard University has renamed, and will be renaming their School of Fine Arts after Chadwick Boseman. Of course, a very famous alum. Chadwick Boseman passed away far too young of colorectal cancer. Black Panther, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He has had so many incredible roles, and is so sorely missed for so many reasons. And now Howard University, his alma mater, is going to be immortalizing and memorializing him by naming the School of Fine Arts after him.
That's very cool, and that will inspire a lot of young Black actors too.
Totally. And just after, a couple of days ago, we learned that Felicia Rashad is going to be the dean of the new fine arts school. So I wonder if she gets, first day of the job, she's like, I have an idea. Here's what we're going to do. Or if,
Winning.
Right. Or if that was already in the works, or if when she's on her Zoom interviews and they're like, what do you think about the future of the fine arts school? She's like, I'm thinking Chadwick Boseman. And they're like, sounds great. Here we go.
You're hired.
Yeah, totally cool that is happening, and a great way to memorialize he was a tremendous human and also such a good actor in everything he did. Just so good. And we learned that a lot of the movies, he was undergoing colon cancer treatment as he was playing Black Panther.
Yeah.
What? Wow. The amount of strain that your body goes through, I can imagine, just to play a superhero in general, to look like a superhero.
Yeah.
On top of going through treatments and all that stuff, absolutely superhuman in so many ways. So a wonderful way to honor his legacy. The Drake thing. Can we discuss this a little bit more, because it continues to happen? So last week we told you that there was a flyer up that Drake was going to be coming to Columbia Heights in DC for a music video. As you can imagine, a few neighbors and friends showed up to be part of the music video right on 14th by Target on that plaza. Drake was not there. Drake has not been in DC, and Drake is not currently in DC, according to the Washingtonian, who put a reporter on this whole thing, and they're still tracking the Drake situation. So
it's a good beat to be on.
Yeah, really. Right. There's absolute worse things. It's we can track the mayor's recent COVID restrictions, or we could track Drake. So that person wins. Way to go. But the filming of the music video, not a thing in Columbia Heights, but there's a DM chat between Drake and someone else that's been going around the internet. That's Drake's conversation with somebody. So the Washingtonian confirms that he is not and was not, and unclear if he will be in DC. But his music producer, DJ Prince, will be at Main Event in Columbia, Maryland, which is a music venue, on June 4th.
And Columbia, Maryland is very far away from Columbia Heights.
Correct. But there was this flyer that was distributed in DC. It's very strange how it all came together. Maybe someone heard about the Columbia, Maryland thing, and they made the flyer, but the flyer was made to look pretty official. I can see there being a 9-piece deep dive true crime podcast on how all this came together. But what is cool, DJ Prince, who has been producing some of Drake's music, is from Suitland, and he's worked with Rihanna, and he's worked with Party Next Door, the artist, as well. So that's pretty cool. And his mixtape is what they'll be celebrating on June 4th at Main Event in Columbia, Maryland.
I like that. Maybe Drake will just swoop in and hang out and be in the front row.
At this point, he owes us a visit.
Right. Put just a little bow on it. Let's do it.
He had nothing to do with the visit happening or not happening, but I think it's only fair that he comes and visits us.
For sure.
Bartenders, man, they're getting ready, and they're super excited as the unofficial start of summer starts coming up for Memorial Day weekend. They're getting pretty pumped about the summer cocktails. Kelly, I know this is what you're super pumped about.
Yeah, I am excited about it. They say sort of the popular cocktails. I've heard like last year was the April Spritz, or for the last couple of years, but I think we're evolving from that. One of the cocktails, Tommy, I have to ask you, because you and your husband like these bougie cocktails. I tend to go with just margaritas, simple, basic, salted rim. What is one of them? Is I believe a Mezcal margarita.
Yes.
What is the difference between Mezcal and Tequila?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, see?
It's in the preparation. So Mezcal has a smokier flavor to it.
Okay.
Than a tequila that has just a straight tequila flavor. So a Mezcal will be a smokier liquor. But
Mezcal is a tequila?
It'll be a smokier flavor.
Okay, so
I'm actually not entirely. I'm not positive. I believe, and I could be wrong because I'm more of a gin drinker. but I believe that Mezcal is made the same way as tequila, but it just there's smoke added to it.
Got it.
Not like they don't like light it on fire, but like in the process, it's
Right.
like smoke aged in like barrels and that sort of thing. Is how I believe it happens.
Okay.
But you would use a mezcal and a lot of the same things you'd use a tequila in, like a margarita or a funnel, whatever.
Okay.
I'm excited about the coconut water cocktails because I think this is great because it hydrates you as it dehydrates you. So really, it's like a zero-sum game, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't like coconut water. I wasn't happy about that one.
I can't believe so that coconut water is like cilantro. Either you love it or you hate it, and I'm all about it.
I cannot stand that.
It's better if it's like extremely cold, but like I drink like my shakes from the gym with coconut water because it hydrates you while you dehydrate yourself.
I think we should just go back to having like Red Bull and vodka.
Oh my God, why? We've come so far, Kelly. We should never go back. We should never go back. Gary's with you. He's like, can we just have vodka, please?
Yeah, see? Thank you, Gary.
Hey, Jonathan, I'm not a lush.
Yeah, I'm Jonathan, I'm going to call you out on that. If anyone's like winning at being a lush, it would be me over Tommy. If you were to pick one. I'm not saying I am one, but if you were to bet on one. Tommy has the more bougie cocktails.
You're not wrong, Kelly. It's because I have migraines, and so I can only have so much alcohol. So if I'm going to drink, damn it, if you're going to drink the calories, drink it well.
Yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. We got a message, Tommy, on Facebook here that I want to share with you, again, from Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to get into that?
On it, yeah. Tommy, please tell us when Doug is eating cicadas this afternoon between 4 and 5, 5 and 6. All right, so what's happening? On NBC4, my dear friend Doug Kemmerer said that he would eat cicadas. And this happened like 2 weeks ago. And so they asked me if I could make that happen. And I said, yes. I've never wanted nothing more. And so we've got a chef, Xavier DeA from the Ronald Reagan Building at International Trade Center, who's going to join us this afternoon at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and 6 p.m. And Jonathan, I swear this isn't like a setup. I'm so glad you asked because Doug and I had a chat about this very thing. And let me just, first of all, it was supposed to happen yesterday. But he was like, oh, severe weather warning. We should move it. And I was like, BS, Doug. You're trying to get out of this. And he's like, he showed me the map and he's like, no, for real, it's going to get weird. And so we ended up.
Weather alert day.
Totally. We ended up, well, you know, when the graphics are red on Channel 4, we're not screwing around. So, yes, the weather did come and that happened yesterday. So it's happening. Well, it's happening today.
I hear they taste like chicken, Doug. That's not what I heard. Later on today on News 4, Doug Eats Bugs, your cicada 3-course gourmet meal. As long as you have the key word there, gourmet. Thank you, Tommy. Totally, it'll be delicious. Later on today, Doug Eats Bugs.
Is the chef bringing the cicadas or is he harvesting them like farm to table right there at NBC4 so they're nice and fresh?
So he has, so a little bit of both. He's been harvesting them the last few days in his backyard. And Chef Xavier DeA, who is like this wonderfully, like if you called Central Cast again, we're like, give me a French chef, Chef Xavier DeA shows up. So he has been like in his backyard with his like giant grocery bag, like harvesting them. And then he froze them to humanely put them down. And then he's been using them in ingredients. And so it's going to be a 3-course meal throughout the day this afternoon. And Doug has no idea what they're going to be. I'm so excited. I've hosted red carpets and I've been on the side of the Nats Parade live with Channel 4. Like I've gotten to do some really cool stuff. I'm probably more excited about this than anything I've ever done on TV before.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So let's bring it in. Doug Kemmerer and I had a chat about all of this for When Doug Eats Bugs today on NBC4. So, Doug, I want to just say that this escalated quickly.
Yeah, you could say that again.
So, was it like 2 weeks ago you mentioned on NBC4 that you would eat a cicada, and then we found a chef who will make you a great meal of cicadas?
I said so. I'm on the air, and I had just had a conversation a few days before with a really good buddy of mine, and he said, "Yeah, my daughter actually ordered a cicada cookbook." And is excited to make cicada tacos. And I was like, wow, okay, great. So on the air, I said that. I said, oh, my friend's got a cicada cookbook, and
Oh my God! Will you try them?
On camera, live.
Would I?
The pressure.
You were kind of backed into the corner. I mean, you were sort of peer pressured into eating a cicada.
yes, absolutely. You know, I'm game for just about anything.
I'll do it on TV if we do it. Oh God.
I posted a little video being like, hey, what would Doug's cicada meal be like? And then that escalated a little faster and further than I thought it would do. And so coming up, we've got Chef Xavier DeA, who is the executive chef at the Ronald Reagan Building. Has cooked for like world leaders. He's making you a 3-course cicada meal.
Wow. Okay, I'm excited now.
And he went out and he sourced the cicadas in his own backyard. So they're locally sourced, they're organic. He got that going for you too.
Right.
How are you feeling about it though? Are you kind of freaking out about it? Are you nervous? Because you don't know what's coming.
The more I talk about it, the more I know it's coming. I mean, I'm at my baseball game and over the weekend, and I play baseball myself. My kids have games and then I play. And some of the other players were coming up to me going, wait, are you really eating a cicada? You guys have like cicada day on television and it's Wednesday. And I say, well, yeah, I'm eating one. I don't know how it's going to work. And that's where you've come in to really go over the logistics because now there's logistics.
Yeah. In
fairness, how it's not going to work.
You're going to eat many, to be honest.
Oh, no, really?
It's going to be a 3-course cicada meal, 1 course every hour at 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
There might be a little cicada dessert in there too.
Do you know? Now you know the menu, right? I don't know. I don't have no idea what the menu is. Okay.
Yeah.
So the one thing I would ask, and I don't want to see.
I can see you getting green in the gills as you're telling me this.
I don't want to see like the little red eyes looking at me. You know what I mean? I don't want like a souffle of cicadas with just the eyes sticking around. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's not like a lobster. They're not going to deconstruct it and put the shell back on.
But yeah, now every time I see a cicada, I mean, one flew on me again today. And I just pick them up and I'm like, oh, is this the guy that I'm going to be eating? It's completely changed how I think about this whole thing.
Do you have any food allergies? And you can't say cicadas.
Exactly right. Yes, I'm highly allergic to insect legs and wings.
Okay, perfect. You better get some Benadryl then. Are there any food styles you don't like? So Chef Xavier is French, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a French meal because he cooks international cuisine at the Reagan Building.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with anything. I literally will eat anything. The biggest thing about me, I'm not a foodie. And so if you take me to a restaurant, let's say an Indian restaurant or a Thai restaurant, I have no clue what I'm ordering. So if he gives me something that, Doug, this is going to be a bouillade, blah, 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 I will have no clue what he's talking about. I just hope it's aesthetically pleasing.
Okay. Well, it's going to look good. And I'm sure it's going to taste good. But I've also asked that there will be cicadas that are like you could tell it's a cicada. And then there's going to be some like secret cicadas that are in the dish as well.
Yeah. I think I like the secret cicada dish better. That might work for me.
But how does your family feel? Like your wife Holly, is she like bring home the leftovers, or is she like brush your teeth before you get home?
No, I mean I think every day she's like, "Are you really doing this? like you're really doing this?" And not only that, Tommy, but I thought I was eating like I said, a cicada or something like that. We're doing it for 3 hours, man.
Mm-hmm. Multiple courses throughout. I gotta be honest. I haven't been back to the studios since March 2020. So this is really just a long con for me to make sure my badge still works.
Right, exactly right. Well, I don't think you're allowed in the building. You're just gonna have to stay outside. That's what it's all about. So yeah, don't worry about that. I mean, I could talk to some people for you, maybe try to to get you in the back door. But I will tell you this, man, it's going to be really good to see you for sure. I haven't seen you in that long, so it's going to be nice.
It's going to be awesome to see you too. And I mean, maybe you should make sure my key card works because the nicer you are to me, the less cicadas there will be on Wednesday.
Right. Here's like dish A, I like Doug today, and dish B, he's not really a good buddy. So
how do you feel about cicada tartare? That's really what I want to know.
Oh God. Just little. I can't do it. And I've seen, a lot of other people have done this. I've seen some other people do it, and it's just, yeah. Let's just. The one thing I don't want, I'm ready for the crunch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to bite into it. Like that gut bubble gum that has the gel inside. You bite into it, it goes every. I do not want biting into it and anything popping out.
Let's say it's like the scene from The Lion King where Timon and Pumbaa go under the rocks and they're just grabbing bugs.
Right. Exactly right. Right.
It won't be quite that rustic, I promise.
Okay. Good.
And it's hashtag Doug Eats Bugs. Doug, thanks for joining us this morning.
Oh man, it's so good to be on your show, and so good to see you again. I can't wait to actually see you in person, buddy.
Yeah, back at you, man. I'll see you very soon, and I will bring snacks. He was a pretty good sport about the whole thing, but it hasn't happened yet.
I think you should bring him cocktails too. Like, I know he has to report all night, but like, it's not a weather alert day. It doesn't appear to be. I feel like he needs something to wash it down, like a fine wine.
I'll bring in Mezcal with all my expertise about it. Thanks for joining us this morning, and thanks for getting involved. You can listen to any of our past episodes. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to get caught up on everything you missed on the Tommy and Kelly Show. Just search that anywhere you get your podcast. And of course, you can also download the Real Fun DC app.
We'll see you next time.